Go ahead and get this one logged in. Say hi. Move on to the next one. Where do you hear that? Hear it? Well, good evening, everybody. Ant-Man here. And you see, Kevin and I are doing something that's kind of interesting. We are actually trying to find a python by listening for it. And this is something that happens quite often in the daytime. You can actually hear them. And it's not the kind of sound that you would expect. It's not like the sound of an alligator just kind of moving along. Usually it's just the gentle little crickle crackle of little twigs or leaves breaking as a snake crawls along. So it's not too often that at night that you can find them via hearing them, but in the daytime it's quite a common occurrence. And if you're really in tune with it, you can even be driving down a levee with a car running and everything else, and you can pick out that sound. I'm surprised at how often it works out that way, but that's what we're doing here in this episode, and hopefully it turns out to be some pretty good stuff. So let's see how it goes. I think we'll get a perspective on this, but this is a massive, well, it was a massive green water snake. Whew, you don't see them like that too often anymore. Well, so much for that. It turned out to be a pretty big green water snake in the bushes, not a python. But you can't win them all. But the good news is, Kevin and I continued on that night and had some great success finding some pythons. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. Buddy, you want to get it? Alright, so Kevin and I are out here, and we've got 3 last night. Tonight's first night of this guy. This is about, what do you figure, 6.5, 7 foot?
Yeah.
Just a nice gentle capture. So this will be our first one for tonight. Still fairly early. It's a dry night, which is good. The snake is probably about 6.5 feet. Beautiful, as always. A little bit cold to the touch, but air temps are mid-70s right now, so not totally unexpected for this area, but nonetheless a good start to the night, and hopefully we'll go ahead and add some more to the mix. Awesome. Alright. Oh, yeah, I know. We're very upset. Got ourselves our second one tonight on a very hard fought night. But 2 is better than none. So that's always a plus. This guy was out patrolling like they normally do, looking for food. Unlike the ones we've been finding for the last couple nights, would have been mainly just on the prowl. This one was actually on the prowl, meaning larger snakes looking for where, look at all that musk, woo, looking where they're gonna breed for the winter. This snake is probably a resident snake. They feed on lots of rats in this area, so yeah, I know you're upset. You want to grab my shoe? Go ahead. Go for it. No. Alright, oh, that's close. Yay. Mean little things, I tell you. Let's see what we have here. Little female. Yep, well, soaking wet. The dew is already settled tonight, so I don't know if that's from the snake exiting the water or from it actually just crawling through the wet grass. I mean, it's soaking wet, as you can see from my hands. Cool. Alright, 2 down, 20 to go. Well, the first evening went fantastic with my buddy Kevin. We ended up finding those 2 pythons, and searched around for what we thought we heard another one, but it turned out to be a green water snake. But sometimes it is a python, so that's pretty neat. Here I am feeding my little piggies, my two little doggies and Freddy the iguana. They're all always looking for a handout. It's funny, my dogs probably like the apples more than the iguana. Go figure. Well, we all take our turns. I have a little bite, Lulu has a little bite, Marley has a little bite, and I throw a little bite to Freddy. So he's getting more and more personable all the time, and his actually his female harem that he has, some of those iguanas are actually getting quite comfortable with me where they'll eat out of my hand. So we'll highlight them at some point. But for night number 2, I'm heading out with my father, and we're gonna go back to the same area I was with Kevin the night before and see if we can have some repeat success. We'll see how it goes.
One thing now, I like those apples, huh, Freddy? Yeah, I do like them. I like them a lot.
Alright, so here's our first little snake of the day. It's a good sized snake, beautiful snake. Alright. Very unhappy little snake.
Decent size.
Yeah, they've been running a little bit bigger lately. This one's probably about 7.5 feet. So, trying to get me, but he's not going to be able to. So, a little slower coming lately to get him, but this one came along about, I don't know, an hour and a half into the hunt. So, Dad and I are going to go ahead and get this one logged in. Say hi. Move on to the next one. Well, that turned out to be a pretty good evening with my dad on night number 2. We ended up finding one very beautiful python, taped out right around 8 feet long, that had fantastic coloration. It was all in all a great 2 evenings out first night with Kevin, and we found those 2 pythons and one on night number 2, so I can't complain. And here I am feeding my backyard residents, and hopefully you all enjoyed it. I'd like to thank those of you who have subscribed and left comments. I really greatly appreciate it. It really means the world to me. I try to take people along for the ride when I make these videos and you know, kind of get to experience what it's like to be out there in the field. But much appreciated, and like I always say, if you do like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much. You all enjoy your time, and hope to see you out there in the field. Take care, stay safe. See you later.
At least Freddy here, he's out working hard. He deserves a little treat every once in a while. You don't deserve any little treat. And you deserve a new home. But I'd never do that because you're my little babies. Oh, having a good time, Freddy? Munching away? Yeah. Like those apple pieces. Want to hang out with Freddy? You want to hang out with Freddy?